Hello everyone and welcome back to Nara's Tarot. Thank you very much for being here. Today's reading, we are going to take a look at what you are manifesting now, okay? So this reading is meant to serve as confirmation for any of you who are wondering if your manifestation is on the right track, if things are going well. We'll use this reading to confirm what you are calling in at this present moment, okay? So we have 3 piles for you today. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So feel free to pause the video here if you'd like to take some time to connect with the piles, and otherwise I will see you at your reading. Hello pile 1 and welcome to your reading about what you're manifesting now. So we're going to start off with our tarot cards over here, and then we'll pick a bunch of oracle cards next, okay? So let's just get into it. The very first card for you is the 8 of Swords, followed by the 5 of Wands in reverse, the Moon, the Hierophant, and the 8 of Wands also in reverse. The message over here is not very straightforward for you, so do bear with me. But in terms of what you're manifesting right now, Spirit is responding first with a question back to you to ask you, well, what do you want to manifest? Because there almost is a lack of trust and a lack of commitment in your energy right now, in that while you, on the one hand, really want something in your life, yet on the other hand, you're holding back too much from just going all out to get it. I see many of you kind of like being very uncertain and not willing to take the next step unless you can get more clarity or more certainty that something is for you, or that something is worth the risk it takes to go after it. And many things in life, most things in life contain a certain element of risk, right? We never really know fully if a result is guaranteed. Some things have lower risk, some things have higher risk, but we never fully know is the point. And the Moon card over here, right in the center of your reading, is encouraging you to give yourself a chance. Because if you can't take a chance on a manifestation, if you can't take a chance on a career, if you can't feel like you can, if you can't take a chance on a person, then at the very least take a chance on yourself, because you are the one person that you can trust and you can put your money behind, right? So there's that message over there as well. Now, the next thing here is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is calling for us to lean more into the guidance that is present in our lives. When you don't know what to do next, when you can't seem to figure out your next steps, there is help available to you in the form of a Hierophant. And a Hierophant can be a mentor, it can be a guide, a spirit guide, it can be an actual guide in your life, it can be somebody who has walked your path and who is able to show you how they have done it, and also be able to mentor you in the process. And mentoring means that they're not just helping you to do X, Y, and Z, right? They're not just telling you the steps, they're also helping you to overcome, to coach you, to overcome any of your inner blockages or inner conflicts. Because for many of you, with the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Wands, there are a lot of internal conflicts that you seem to be dealing with that is really hindering you from just going after what you want to manifest, okay? The Hierophant here is also you guys manifesting maybe a guide, manifesting somebody who can show you the way and who can bring you that kind of advice and guidance that you've been looking for. So that could be one thing that you're manifesting. But really the answer over here for many of you is not that straightforward, especially even with the 8 of Wands. I mean, all of your cards talk about a lot of uncertainty. The 8 of Wands is you not really going all in on the thing that you want. And so in terms of what you're manifesting right now, if the energy here is too wishy-washy, if it's too neither here nor there, the real talk also from Spirit is that it's really difficult to get what you want if the energy that you put out there is half-assed, right? So we need to commit, we need to show ourselves at the very least, and then show the universe that this is what we want and we are here for the long game and we are willing to do what it takes to be able to get this thing that we want, okay? So the first step for many of you in terms of what you're manifesting is to actually boldly claim the thing that you want. And if there is something in your heart right now that is jumping out, as I'm talking about this, then that is the thing that you really need to acknowledge inside of yourself, that yes, I want that. Yes, I do desire that. Allow yourself to desire that, allow yourself to want something. And then ask yourself, well, what am I going to do to be able to get it? All right, let's grab your oracle cards now to get more advice from Spirit, okay? We have here number 28, gratitude. Feel how life showers you with blessings. Give thanks. Let's try to get one more for you. All right, we've got autumn next. This is card number 21, the time for letting go, lighten your load. And then we also have number 8, about healing. I support you on the path of healing, okay? For some of you, the thing that has been holding you back from actually going after what you want is a lot of the wounds that you've been carrying with this healing card here. I feel like there are many of you who have been hurt in the past. Either you were disappointed by previous time you tried to manifest something, or you were hurt by someone when you last tried to put your heart out there, or you tried to connect with something or someone. And that's preventing you from putting yourself out there a second time. It's preventing you from actually trying again. And so the message here from Spirit also is that healing is coming in, especially if that's something that you're manifesting. You're going to be able to restore yourself so that you can put yourself out into the world again, because it's only natural that we go through failures or we go through ups and downs, is what Spirit is saying. And as much as the failure might have hurt, as much as the failure or the heartbreak was that painful and that devastating, to prevent ourselves from feeling any more joy, from experiencing any more success, or receiving any more love from the world is a shame. It's a shame to just end our journey right there just because we experienced a setback in a specific area in our lives, okay? So it's time to let go. It's time to lighten our load, even with this autumn card here. And I think gratitude is an energy that can really help you to transmute all of these internal conflicts that you feel. It can help you to see that there are things that you have in your life as opposed to focusing on what you don't have, okay? Underneath the deck, we have number 12, sacred ceremonies. I remind your soul of the sacredness of the world, okay? So you might feel like you want to engage in certain rituals. I'm feeling very much like sacred ceremonies could refer to maybe a cord cutting ritual, or engaging in maybe like a drumming ceremony, or like any kind of spiritual process, like a fire ceremony or a dance ceremony even. I think there's something about like engaging more in your spiritual senses. It's going to help you to feel more connected to the world. Doing things that open up your heart chakra really is going to help you to feel a little bit better. And it's one of the modalities that are coming through at the very least in terms of what's going to be healing for you, okay? Let's see what else you're manifesting, all right? Okay, we have here the cosmic heart. Yeah, you're definitely opening up your heart chakra again and just kind of like easing slowly into reopening your heart again. But it says here, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. We then have star bathing, light body, crystal grid transmission and activation. This imagery just feels extremely healing. Like this person is just soaking in all of the cosmic energy. I think everything that you've gone through, many of the setbacks that you might have experienced, are actually also bringing you closer to your true, authentic inner self, and also closer to Spirit, closer to God. It's through these moments, especially with the Hierophant over here. I mean, the Hierophant is a conduit between us and the spiritual world, between us and God, right? And oftentimes the Hierophant presents itself, or we go to the Hierophant when we're in need, right? When we're dealing with some challenges, we go to the Hierophant to ask the Hierophant, well, what's the guidance here? What does Spirit say about something? And that's when the Hierophant can also play their role to help us to overcome certain things, to give us the keys to clarity and the keys to understanding as well. So for many of you, something to take note is how you are getting closer to your spirituality through these experiences. And of course, it's never nice to have to go through a setback, but there is I don't really want to call it a silver lining, because that's not really what I don't really like silver linings. I feel like I don't like consolation prizes, but that's just me, okay? But there is something to be said here about what you are gaining. So you didn't just lose, and it wasn't just setbacks and losses that you experienced. You know, there was something to gain, and as difficult as it may be to acknowledge what you gained, gratitude over here and star bathing is calling for us to actually receive the blessings, the unexpected blessings that we received in this process, okay? We then have Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded, okay? So again, you're very connected with the stars, and you're called, and there's a message also here about being grounded that could really help you to find yourself back in your body, you know, especially when you've gone through a very difficult or even traumatic experience. And then we have wait, it's not yet time, things are being woven. Okay, so this could be a reason why you guys are hesitating about moving on. There might be something that you guys are on over there that you feel like maybe now isn't the right time. You feel like you need to deliberate or heal a little bit more, or do some other things in your life before you embark on this thing that you want to manifest. And if that's the case, I feel like this wait card is also saying that there's something about the divine timing that is overall working in your favor. So if there's a reason why you're not actually taking action yet, it could be in your highest good that you're not. But the key here is to let go of that additional weight that we've been carrying, the emotional baggage and also the hurt and the wounds, to let that go, and allow ourselves to be in a position where we can actually feel like we're in flow again, because things do feel a little bit stuck for my pile ones, okay? Underneath the deck we have Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety and trust. So you are being protected, and I do feel like there are people who actually care for you with the Star Brothers card, okay? And they're definitely looking out for you, whether it's your friends, your family, or maybe a guide that you're working with, okay? Let's see what else you're calling in right now. All right, we have here lake stillness. Yeah, you're definitely bringing in a time of more stillness, and we're possibly going from more conflict and chaos with the Eight of Swords, the Five of Wands in reverse, even the Eight of Wands in reverse. It could feel like, you know, there was too much going on, and now you're manifesting a lot more stillness and healing in your life, okay? All right, we have a lot of cards. I'm just gonna show them quickly. We have here ancestors generation, so your ancestors are also helping you as well. But the rest of the cards here are summer solstice radiance, winter solstice reflection, island solitude, and river movement. Okay, so summer and winter solstice could be important times for you, and you even have the autumn card here. It's rare that so many seasons are coming out in a reading, so I'm just noticing that. But if I could look at the message in a more metaphorical sense, this is about the seasons that you're going through in your life. And seasons come and go, so change is the essence of our world, right? We experience changes all the time. So allow yourself to change and transform through this experience. Allow your life to be changed and transformed for the better through this experience, and look towards the good things is also what Spirit is saying. Interestingly, spring is not one of the seasons that have shown up here, and I always do feel like what's not on the spread is equally or not sometimes more important than what is in the spread. So I don't know if your energy actually right now could be more of a spring energy, that you guys are just starting to come out of your shell. You're just starting to emerge from like a long winter of hibernation, and life is coming back to you. So take it easy, take it slow. There's a period of adjustment and kind of like opening your eyes back up and like readjusting to the sunlight after a long dark night and winter, right? So there's a little bit of a period of adjustment, and the harvest will come, because then you'll get into summer and then autumn season, which is the harvest, and then winter is another time for rest and healing. So you will go through those seasons, but I wonder if some of you feel like actually now you are in the spring season, okay? But yeah, these are our cards, and underneath the deck we have ocean, ebb and flow. Yeah, could not have summed it up better. Ebb and flow. These are the constant changes and evolutions that we go through in life. Okay, let's see what else you're calling in. This card was almost jumping out. Let's see. We have life is a prayer mare. So again, there's this make your life a moving prayer, life is a prayer card. I'm gonna shuffle again because that was a little bit iffy, but definitely, you know, put your energy towards prayer. Put your energy towards praying for good things in your life, praying for positive blessings, praying for healing. I think you guys are putting a lot of energy into fears and worries right now, and you're constantly kind of like preempting something that could go wrong, and you're like kind of like in a state of shock, and when we're in a state of shock and survival, where we may be always in a position of looking out for threats, you know, and that could be the energy that you're in right now. But something that I learned is that worrying is a prayer for something that we don't want. And when we constantly worry about stuff, we are putting energy towards what we don't want and bringing more of that in, okay? So make your life a moving prayer. Your life is a prayer. Put energy towards what you actually want to create in your life, okay? But let's actually get you a card from this deck. All right, we have wind horses, invisible forces. And we also have alchemists, transforming reality, okay? So there are some invisible forces in your life right now actually helping you to transform reality. A lot of things are working behind the scenes. You may not know if what's going on, and you may not actually feel a lot of the changes that are happening in your life, but they are happening. It's very palpable. This is a time when like life is growing, and like life kind of just pops out of the ground, like especially like if you look at the seeds of trees, right? Like you don't see a lot of how the seed sprouts, but one day it just emerges from the ground. But before we even get to be able to see the plant, so much of movement and so much of life and creation was already taking place. So you're very much in that seeding stage, and things are already moving. There are invisible forces in your life actually helping you to transform your reality for the better, okay? Underneath the deck, we have Ex Tenebris Lux. I hope I'm saying that right, but it says here, from the darkness comes the light. Yes, yes. This is what we have been talking about. Even the moon card over here, this is that darkness that will then turn into light. From the darkness must come sunlight. That is the laws of our solar system, the laws of this universe. It is what we can expect. So you can expect a new day to come for you, and a new beginning as well to occur in your life. So put your prayer and put your intention and energy towards that new, brand new day entering into your life, okay? Let's get you some final affirmation cards from Spirit. And we have here, life is good to me. Nice. And underneath the deck, we've got, I make a positive difference in the world, even with my smile and words. Okay, so pile number 1, this is what I see for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this reading brought you the clarity that you were seeking, and I look forward to reading for you in future as well. Bye now. Hello pile 2, and welcome to your reading about what you're manifesting right now. So we are going to start off with your tarot cards to look at a message from the universe, and then we will grab our oracle cards next, okay? So we are starting off with the Two of Swords, the Six of Wands in reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. All right, pile 2. So for whatever reason, as I'm looking at your cards, the thing that I'm seeing is that you guys are manifesting a life that you get to lead on your own terms. This is a life where you don't have to answer to anybody else. You don't have to live by somebody else's expectations of you. And you can actually create what you want on your own terms. Now, creating this life is going to take a lot of hard work. And that's Spirit's message to you. With the Four of Pentacles over here, this represents stability. It represents a little bit more control as well. But for many of you, I think this is what you're craving, because things have been very out of your control, in the sense that with the Six of Wands, you have to live by somebody else's demands. You have to live by their expectations. You're at their beck and calling. This could be a very demanding job, a very, maybe even a very challenging romantic situation that has taken up a lot of your energy and your time to heal and to grow from. This is you having devoted so much time to someone else and kind of like losing the plot and losing a sense of control and stability over your own life. Sometimes we talk a lot about how control is a very negative thing, especially in the spiritual world, but some control is needed, right? We do, to feel good and to feel, in a way, I guess, healthy about our own lives, we do need to have some semblance of control that gives us stability, that gives us some kind of security and predictability that we can work with. So the Four of Pentacles here is you regaining that sense of control in your life, but it's also requiring you, and the work it's requiring you to do is the Two of Swords over here. It's how do we divorce ourselves or separate ourselves from another person's opinions? And how do we then listen to what actually we want to say, or what we think, or what we really feel? The Two of Swords over here, it feels like two opposing thoughts, right? One of it is what you want, and one of it is what the other person wants for you. And it might have been very muddled over time, in the sense that you don't even really know what it is that you want anymore. And so the work that needs to be done here, in order to manifest this life of yours that is free from other people's unreasonable expectations and demands, the work that needs to be done is to listen to your voice, is to express yourself, is to do more things that you just feel drawn to. That's also very much what the Six of Wands here is talking about, because in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith image, we see the Six of Wands kind of being elevated by the people around them. They're being celebrated, they stand out, and they're comfortable being recognized. So for many of you, there's a dual message with the Six of Wands, which is saying that you are learning to get comfortable with winning. You're learning to get comfortable with standing out and seizing the spotlight, and not shying or backing down from claiming your prize. Some of you really want some kind of success in your life, and you want success on your own terms. And that's possible for you, Spirit is saying. That is what you're manifesting. And what needs to be done is to actually start doing exactly that. Actually start standing out. Actually start doing those things that you believe in. Put your mouth where your money is worth. Put your money where your mouth is worth. Whoa, how do you even say that? But you get what I mean. Put your energy into the things that you believe in, and you're going to see the results, okay? You will find that you gain more recognition, and you also gain a sense of stability and control over your own life, over your own narrative, and you find yourself back in the driver's seat of your life, which is very, very important to kind of like feel that you have a sense of autonomy, okay? Let's grab your oracle cards now to see what else Spirit wants you to know. We have number, I always mix up my Roman numerals. I do think this is number 11. Correct me if I'm wrong, but personal power. Personal power, what were we talking about? You're regaining autonomy. You're regaining personal power. That is what you're calling in. That's what you're manifesting, okay? It says here, I encourage you to be the master of your destiny. I am done, guys. You are the master of your destiny. This is the reading. This is what we have been talking about. Four of Pentacles, some kind of control, being back in the driver's seat, being the master of your destiny, okay? Oh, wow. You are calling in so much power. Okay, let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. All right, we have here number 4, vision. I give you confidence in your divination talents. So hold steadfast to your vision. You know, there's something that you want to create. It is possible. It's so palpable and it's coming into your life, okay? And then we have number 33, the art of rituals. Practice rituals to re-enchant your life. Okay, so some of you feel perhaps drawn to participating in certain rituals. And for me, there's a more fluid message coming in here. This could be actually putting in place some kind of routine in your life, maybe like a good morning routine, like a healthy nighttime routine as well, maybe putting in more effort and more pizzazz into your meals, you know, making it more of like a regular thing for yourself and like actually enjoying your meals. Like creating certain healthy routines in your life could actually help you to feel more regulated and feel more like yourself again, okay? Underneath the deck, we have number 6, self-knowledge. Dive into your depths where your truth resides. Okay. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know with these next oracle cards. All right, we have here Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. So this entire experience is definitely showing you your potential and showing you who you are. And it's a big module in Earth School, if you could look at it that way. This is you guys actually subscribing to the classes and actually taking the classes and graduating from Earth School. Okay, so that's something that you're manifesting. We have I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Again, you are becoming the master of your destiny. You are learning that nobody can tell you how to lead your life. You're learning that, you know, this is something that you get to decide, and you're really bringing all of that beautiful energy back to yourself rather than giving it away to other people who feel or think that they have some kind of jurisdiction over you. They do not, okay? The next one here is the golden children. Inner child, tenderness, innocent, and rare gifts. Okay, so you might be awakening some rare gifts of yours and really holding them, bringing them to their fullest potential and helping you to actually actualize, self-actualize and manifest certain accomplishments, achievements in your life. But also this is a lot of reconnection back with your inner child. So that's also something else you guys might be manifesting. It's learning to listen to that very pure and expressive voice that the inner child can reignite in you, okay? Underneath the deck, we have lost lens, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Okay, so you guys have maybe done this before, maybe in a past life, or maybe like in your current, even in your present life, right? Like you maybe have done something before in your childhood or in some earlier part of your life, and you're simply revisiting this gift, revisiting this passion that you have, and doing it on your own terms this time around, okay? Let's see what else you are calling in with our Earth Magic Oracle deck. Ooh, just dropped the card. Give me 1 second, let me pick it up. All right, the card was clouds, shape-shifting. Let's get you one more. Okay, and we have here cave, sanctuary, and DNA karma. Wow, okay. So things are definitely changing for you with the clouds shape-shifting card. The tides are changing, and if you ever feel a little bit stuck and you feel like, you know, with the Two of Swords over here, feeling like you're kind of at a crossroads, you're not really sure what to do, the universe will provide you with signs to help you to decipher what your next steps should be. So pay attention. You're definitely receiving a lot of information right now from spirit, from the universe, okay? But with cave sanctuary, I'm also seeing that, you know, with this caveman kind of like drawing on the cave, there's something very primal about self-expression and something very primal about just creating and doing works of art, right? We don't know why the cave people drew those pictures on the caves, right? But what we can perhaps know and perhaps be able to relate is this kind of like innate desire amongst humans, right, to create. And I think for many of you, you have been taught in your life to be very self-critical about creation and to almost like punish yourself for wanting to create. Like there's so much judgment about being creative or being an artist or doing anything out of the norm. Even if you don't like want to do art, maybe like you want to do something that's just different, right? You want to express yourself in a different way. Maybe you're just going in a different career path than what your parents have wanted you to do. And then even that simple creation can get a lot of reaction from can trigger the people around us a lot, especially if they have a fear of of people doing new things, if there's a fear of taking certain risks. And was it your pal that I talked about risk taking? I'm not sure, but anyway, it could have been pal one, but I'm not sure if it was your pal that I talked about risk taking too. But anyway, Cave Sanctuary over here is asking us to reignite that kind of like very innate creation that's inside of you, that wants to create, that wants to do more creation rather than consumption, that actually wants to put your innovative ideas out there into the world. Give yourself a chance to do that, okay? DNA karma, again, this is you guys having done this before. This is you just reigniting certain soul gifts that have already been inside of you and are probably just laying very dormant inside of you. You're reawakening things that you already know about yourself and just putting them out there and actually bringing them out into the light, okay? Underneath that, we have volcano volatility, okay? So there's kind of like an explosion of energy coming through with this volcano card that I'm feeling. Many volcanoes don't really show signs of eruption for many years, thousands of years even. And then one day the divine timing comes and all of the stars align and they actually erupt, right? And when a volcano erupts, there is destruction, but with destruction comes creation, right? Soils become more fertile with the volcano. It actually helps to also maybe create new ecosystems, right? New life because of the change in the mineral compounds, things like that in the land. I'm getting too technical, but you know what I mean. The volcano is certain things needing to break down in your life, and actually what it's doing is then to create new possibilities and new environments for you, okay? Let's get you more information, see what else you are creating. Manifesting, same thing. We have here Pegasus, flowing with inspiration. You guys are very creative. You're definitely manifesting some kind of like creative inspiration. There's something that you want to create. You might just get a burst of ideas and energy. And I'm even hearing like, or seeing somebody like in the middle of the night, just like flowing with inspiration, like getting like a big download of something. Like you're definitely manifesting like a lot more like creative ideas that will help you to propel this vision forward, okay? We have forgotten ones, out of sight, out of mind. You know what this is feeling to me? This is you guys saying goodbye to that old version of yourself and also saying goodbye to those old ideas of what people have put onto you, those expectations that they've placed on you, the judgments that they've placed on you. The old version of you is gone and you're just saying, well, good freaking bye to that version of me, out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to go back there. This is you guys also manifesting like a very clear goodbye and a very clear kind of like a boundary around certain things or around certain people, and even around yourself. Like you're just unwilling to entertain any mindsets or any beliefs or any thoughts that seek to put you down. You're just unwilling to engage in those things anymore, okay? And then we also have here Dharma's path, Dharma's path, the end of suffering. Beautiful. So you're also manifesting the end of a certain very challenging season in your life, definitely coming to the end of that, definitely welcoming like a new chapter where things are actually flowing, there's actually life. You do see more creative and more constructive kind of like energy being put out into your life, okay? And so there's more creation, a lot less destruction, a lot more thriving, a lot, the end of suffering, okay? Underneath that, we have rain dancer or sing around, okay? Having a lot more fun, definitely being a little bit more silly about yourself. There's a lot more human lightness and also that inner child energy where you just enjoy and can have some playtime. That's definitely coming in. So if you guys have been like working very hard and not really having like time off, you might also be manifesting like some time away, maybe like a short vacation or just some time where you can pamper yourself and actually treat yourself to something, okay? Now let's get you some final affirmation cards from Spirit. And we have here, everything is going to be okay. Beautiful. And underneath the deck, I have confidence in myself. I'm ready for everything that life offers me. Okay, so pile number 2, this is what I see for your reading. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this reading brought you the clarity that you were seeking, and I look forward to reading for you in future as well. Bye now. Alright, hello pile 3 and welcome to your reading. So we're going to start off with your tarot cards to look at what you are manifesting right now, and then we'll grab a bunch of oracle cards next, okay? So starting off, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. We have the Chariot in reverse and the 8 of Swords. Now, pile 3, Spirit is coming with a very raw and real message over here. So do bear with me, and this may not resonate for everybody, so take it as it resonates with you, okay? But the message over here is that you guys are definitely manifesting a certain ending in your life and wanting to withdraw from something that you know has been very unhealthy for you, something that has been keeping you in a cycle of, in like a negative loop and in a certain sense of stuckness. There's been something that has been draining your energy more than it has been giving to you. And it has been very difficult for you to come to this decision. And maybe even whilst you're watching this reading, you are still a little bit undecided about this ending, whether or not you should initiate the ending or not. But you're definitely getting a lot clearer, and there will be answers coming to you about whether or not you should bring this matter to an end. And this could be about a relationship, it could be about a career, it could be about maybe a certain housing or living situation that you're in that you want to change in your life. But the clarity is going to come when you realize how trapped this situation is leaving you with the 8 of Swords here. There's going to be kind of like a very big reality check over here that will tell you for sure that this situation is not meant for you and it's not healthy for you. Sometimes we just really need that final confirmation. We just need that assurance that we are making the right choice and that we're not doing something that we may regret later down the line. So you're also being given a very clear sign from Spirit and the universe about whether or not this situation is meant for you or not. And you will know it's not meant for you when you notice just how trapped you are, just how unhappy you are with the 10 of Cups. It will come to a point where you cannot give this situation any more excuses. You cannot excuse the behavior, you cannot excuse the challenges, you cannot explain away why the situation is the way that it is. You just can't anymore. And when you arrive at that point, you will know that it's time to leave. But even right now, these 3 cards over here, it's not a very comfortable feeling to be in a 10 of Cups, Chariot in reverse, and 8 of Swords. This is not a happy place to be, but you're choosing to stay for whatever reason. Maybe it's out of commitment, it's out of duty, it's out of love, whatever it is, right? You're choosing to stay despite the anxieties and the worries and the stress that this situation is causing you, okay? So there will be a lot more clarity. That could be something that you are manifesting over here, and bringing and this clarity will be able to bring you a clear answer of the decision that you need to make about a situation, okay? Now let's grab you some oracle cards next to see what else Spirit wants you to know, all right? Alright, I just dropped my cards, so give me 1 second, I'll pick them up. Alright, and the cards for you are number 4, Vision. I give you the confidence in your divination talents. So this is you being able to actually look into something more clearly. With the 8 of Swords here, this person is blindfolded. They cannot see in front of them. They cannot even see clearly their present moment, nor can they look into the future. Neither can they examine the past, right? They're kind of really in a completely isolated and kind of like trapped in a certain sense of illusion as well. So what you're manifesting is also regaining that clarity and the vision to actually look into your future and be able to see like, okay, do I have a future in this or not? And be able to actually answer that question, not from a place of fear, but actually just knowing that, yeah, this situation, given this trajectory, it's probably not going to work out, you know. And you start to have a more like logical view of the situation rather than maybe looking at it from a very emotional lens. Okay, the next card we have is the Wild Feminine, number 2. Awaken your she-wolf instinct, that primordial force. Okay, and then we have 4, Mother Earth. Forge a new alliance with nature. So there's a lot of divine feminine energy also coming in to support you. There might be certain goddesses that you work with that are very present in your life. I definitely feel a very strong female guide that is entering into your life or is already in your life. But she is here to actually help you to find your power again, because you've lost so much of this power to trying to take care of somebody else, and you've forgotten that your own feminine power is not just about nurturing and caring for somebody else or for another life, but nurturing and caring for yourself too, and being a creative force in your own life, right? This is reawakening and what do you call it? Remembering, yeah. Wow, that was a mouthful for no good reason. But anyway, remembering the creative vessel of the feminine energy inside of you, okay? Underneath the deck, we have number 28, gratitude. Feel how life showers you with blessings. Give thanks, okay? So gratitude is a powerful force to actually help us to move on from things, right? I'm even thinking of like Ho'oponopono, if you know of that practice, where it involves gratitude and it involves forgiveness and it involves love as well as in the Ho'oponopono practice. So gratitude, I think, is one of the essences that is coming in to help you to actually more gently and more easily be able to let go of a situation if in the event you feel called that yes, you want to move on from something, okay? Let's get you a bit more information about what you are manifesting in your life. All right, we have star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. So again, with this star bathing card, I feel a lot of rest coming in with this person like lying down here. She seems very restful, and I think that's something that will come through for you guys. The opportunity to actually just take care of yourself for a hot minute and actually be in a more rested, regulated state as well. Okay, we have We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So again, this very strong divine feminine energy, this very strong guide, feminine guide is coming in to support you, and she's making her presence known, okay? The next card is Your Life is Canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. Okay, and then we have here trust the timing, trust the wave you came on, time is not running out. Okay, so if you are feeling a little bit anxious about whether or not you have lost time to this situation, whether or not you're too late to be able to start something, especially with the Your Life is a Canvas card, I kind of feel like some of you are wanting to create something new in your life, and maybe you've put off that thought or that action for a while. Trust the timing. You're not running out of time. Things are actually working in divine timing, so you will be able to find the right opportunity to start that new project, to actually start what it is you want to manifest. Okay, underneath the deck we have the Void, stop, embrace winter and the great cosmic womb. Okay, the Void again is a very feminine energy. I mean, with the great cosmic womb, this is about the moments before creation, right? That very magical space where everything is possible, and yet there is nothing. There's a nothingness to the void, but then with the nothingness comes everything as well. You're definitely entering this time of cleansing with the Void over here. You're cleansing away a lot of things that no longer serve you, cleansing away past energies that have been sticking in your life for much longer than necessary, really just cleaning out all of that residual energy from the past and setting like a blank canvas and a blank slate for yourself, okay? let's grab you the next oracle cards to see what else Spirit wants you to know. We have Whale Breach. And we have Wind Activation. Okay. Both of these cards are very powerful energies because when you think of a whale breaching the surface of the water, they do so with a lot of force, right? They have to really kind of like propel themselves out of the water. And there's something about kind of like breaking past a certain limitation, breaking past a certain perceived ceiling that we have about something. So you're definitely overcoming some kind of like a big blockage in your life, and that's also one thing that you're manifesting, like being able to break past that barrier, and you're being activated to be able to do that. This activation is just bringing in a lot of energy, a lot of vitality back into yourself to then be able to make this successful breach. Okay, underneath the deck we have Summer Solstice, Radiance. So by the time of me filming this, summer solstice is almost here. So there might be something significant happening during the time of summer or during the summer solstice, okay? Let's see what else is coming through for you. All right, we have Alchemist, Transforming Reality. And again, I'm just noticing like these fire horses. So the fire element is kind of like pretty strong in your reading as well, with that summer solstice and this fire card. So I wonder if like some of you are like fire signs, and also if you will find that things really start to change once you enter the summer season. Right, there's some kind of divine timing happening during this period of time that's helping you to like move past very stuck energies, like summer and the intense heat and the intensity, just the intensity that summer brings is helping you to just like shift and shake away certain energies. Okay, let's see what else Spirit wants you to know from this deck. All right, we have Mythic Horse, Unfold Your Own Myth. Okay. And underneath the deck, we have Chiron's Way, Finding Wisdom in the Wound. Yeah, you're definitely finding wisdom in this situation that you've been experiencing that's been very disadvantageous to you. It hasn't served you, but in some ways it's also serving you by giving you wisdom, by giving you certain like pieces of knowledge that will help you to propel forward in life for the future. Okay, so it's actually going to benefit you in the long term with this Chiron's Way card, but also with the Mythic Horse. There's something really powerful that you're unfolding here, and all of us carry a certain myth about ourselves, right? You think about your own hero's journey, you think about your own kind of like path in life where you are the main character, you're transcending certain obstacles, you're working to break past certain enemies or limitations, or what do you call it, like quests. Yeah, like you're going on a certain quest, right? Just like the main character or the hero of a story. And when we're reading somebody else's story, especially in a storybook, it's kind of like maybe clearer what the themes are, what this main character is going through, you know, the kinds of major plot lines that they experience. But when we look at ourselves, it's a little bit more difficult to decipher what are the main themes in our life, what are the main plot lines happening. But this is the thing that you're being called to look at, to have that self-knowledge and that self-awareness to understand what are the main themes going on in my life, and what is my myth, right? What is the thing that I tell myself, and what is the thing that I'm actually overcoming this lifetime? It's going to actually show you a very clear path forward to be able to overcome this challenge that you're facing. I also do not know why, but I'm picking up a very strong energy of Egypt in your reading. And I mean, it could be because there's this like kind of like mountain or pyramid shaped thing over there, this picture. No, that's a mountain, but it kind of looks like a pyramid. But I'm getting a very strong sense of Egypt here. So some of you might feel very connected to ancient Egypt. There might be some spiritual downloads or spiritual experiences to decipher or to understand from that period of time. You might have had a past life in Egypt as well. that might be helpful for you. I don't typically read into past lives this way. Like, this is probably one of the first few times I feel pulled by a specific energy of a past life, such as Egypt. Uh, so yeah, this is not something that happens in all readings. In fact, it hasn't happened at all. So, yeah, you guys really might feel drawn to Egypt, and there's something there for you, okay? Anyway, let us take a look at some final affirmation cards from Spirit over here. And it says here, in my heart, I know that good things are coming my way. Beautiful. And underneath the deck, we have, my intuition is strong and clear. I trust the voice within. All right, so pile, sorry, I had to stifle a burp, but pile number 3, this is what I see from your reading. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this reading brought you the clarity that you were seeking, and I look forward to reading for you in future as well, okay? Bye now.